YouTubers up. Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, yeah. All right, S4, S1. So they threw that 45.18. Now it's gone on Bookmap. And we've got S1 coming down, and we've got the NASDAQ kind of fizzling out. Let's go over to UK. They've kind of, I mean, their candles look like Heiken Ashes. They're up and then they're down. Now they're up again. The Chinese markets got destroyed. They were down almost 3%, but they seem to be very volatile this day anyway. It doesn't really mean much. Remember when they were down 10% 2 weeks ago, didn't touch us at all. So I don't really put too much weight into them at the moment because they are so volatile. How do we shake the mentality that we're missing the move up? There's always opportunity. Trust me, that's my biggest. If as long as you're not getting blasted, like if your biggest problem is that you're just missing opportunities, then all we got to do is tighten things down. The past 3-4 days, like I haven't even been taking trends. I have been scalping because it's hard to say when you've got a move like this. It's hard to say when it's going to stop. Anyway, there is the bell. I've got SPY on top. I'm on the 3-minute chart. Everything is pretty much green except for a couple of different stocks. Apple is turning up a little green after a little downward action into the bell. Google's there. Amazon is there. Tesla has got a green candle. XLK pop big and then now have a little red candle. And the NASDAQ is kind of trickling down here. Boo, yeah. So the first thing I am going to do is bring up my brokerage and look at some calls. March 25th, I'm going to go with 40. Where's SPX right now? 45.27. I'm going to look at 45.40, slightly closer to the money, and see if we can get an entry here just below S1. S2 is down here for 49.55. I don't see us going down that low. VIX just popped up here to 21.85. And I'm going to be patient here for an entry. SPY tracks ES, other way around. Think of ES as a daddy, and SPY is the stepson. All right, UK market is climbing here. We're just adjusting a little bit. VIX has popped up. NASDAQ has come off from 14,830 to 14,745. And we are dropping just a touch. Like I said, I've got the 45.40 calls up and ready, and I will make an entry if I see anything come in. We have some volume coming in. When everyone is bullish, is that prime time for a rug pull? Absolutely. I mean, just when everyone's becoming bearish is when they bounce it. When everyone's become, that's why I'm, be cautious here, and that's why I'm not saying I don't know what's going to happen next week. But what I am looking at is the Bookmap liquidity here, and I'm looking at the levels. Now they did adjust 45.30 off a touch, but 45.50 is very much up there, and they haven't put very much on below us. There's nothing under us until 44.80, so there's not much downside protection here. As we got a little green just under S1. A little bit of buying coming in just under S1 there. There's a lot of, that's why I've got R2, R1, S1 are all significant levels. We are in a pretty congestible zone here. Dark mode. And we're just being patient here, letting the market tell us what it wants to do and see if we get a move higher. All right, some double green. Not too much movement. Big red candle on the VIX after popping up. VIX is smoked right there, so we'll see if that draws any kind of upwards momentum. Interesting chart setup here on the VIX as we talked about earlier. I'm definitely going to be watching that earlier. I want to possibly put on some alerts just in case we get a move, because the VIX has been straight down for 10 days now, as we've all seen. But now we're just looking for a move to see if volatility is going to come off more or get a bounce. Started posting. I created a OM library channel, which is exactly what it sounds like. I want to create a resource for some vetted and high quality resources that we can kind of push people towards a read if you need a little more trimming up on things. So I posted a few things in there. Take a look. If you have any ideas for any other content you want there, let me know, and we'll find some good quality ones. Vetted. Here you go. All right, so another red candle coming down, NASDAQ. Nice top wick red. And that thing's kind of shaking and baking. Main target to first phase. Oh, Russians talk about first phase is over with. All right, what's phase 2? All right, so a little red. ES is 45.17. SPY is kind of rejected S1 there. VIX is bouncing back up. So a little volatility shaking out. There's 45.16. Let's take over to UK market. What are they doing? Trickling up. German market getting destroyed right now. That one's closed, and UK is trimming out right there. Hey, bottom wick green. Hey, what's up? How you doing? All right, so letting this thing shake out. I've got calls up. I've got futures ready to go, just in case this thing bounces here. 45.50s, 45.50s. I'm sorry, 45.40s. It's trying to come down, but it keeps getting bottom wicked. It's just kind of creeping, just sliding a little bit here. Let's take a look at tech here while we're waiting. Apple is coming down here, or Microsoft. Apple's bouncing up. Amazon's flat. Google's coming down. Nvidia's still holding that crazy rally. Tesla It's up a little bit. And Facebook. Let's take a look at finances. Financials are straight up still. Bonds are, man, holy crap, bonds got crushed. The rates are 10.44. Holy crap. I didn't even see that. Gah. Wow. I'm putting that. So rates are skyrocketing, 2.45. Bonds have absolutely gotten destroyed. That could possibly be a game changer here. Interesting action. Interesting. Right there. Man. All right. TNX is 245. At some point, it has to matter. You would think. You would think. That is crazy. I think it passed it. Did it not pass it? Didn't the 2-year pass the 10-year just now? No, it's down to 2.2, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it passed it, but it's coming up. So the 2 years at 2.25, and now the TNX is rocketed to 2.46. So it was coming up on it, but dang, that's no bueno, man. All right, so now we're selling off a little bit here, 45.12. What's up, Jordan? Hey, do I usually trade zeros? I'm trading pretty much everything. I trade 2 to 3. I trade swings, zeros. I trade futures. Pretty much a little bit of everything, whatever the circumstance calls for it. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. They only found one piece of wreckage like 4 miles from the site. I don't know if it's when the aircraft is going when a 737 is going Mach 1 straight down, it's not going to stay intact. Its pieces are going to break off. It's not the stress. The aircraft is not built to maintain that kind of stress. So it could have been flying off as it's coming down. It could. I don't know. We'll see. Ticker for the 2-year. I've got US02Y for TradingView. I've got it on my. I updated my watch list with it, by the way. If you want that on there, there you go. Hey, green candle. If anybody wants the updated watch list, there you go. That is a significant move. That's significant and curious. Oh, that's why. So, City called for 4 straight 50 BPS. That's why it's hiking right now. 4 straight hikes at 50. Muy interesante. Muy interesante. Yeah, we rebalanced on March 18th with the S&P rebalanced. So that was part of that crazy run up. We had quad witching on Friday. We had S&P rebalancing. We had the hedges coming off. We had everything, and it's just keep on going. It kept on going. So I will say though, I was having a little fun going through the premium charts, and if you would have bought a call at the bottom, what was it, February 15th, whatever it was, if you would have bought a call at the bottom that was expiring somewhere around today, at the money currently, it actually would have been you would have had the most profit if you would have sold on Friday, I believe, Friday or Monday, and now the decay would have set in and you would have gave back some gains. So everyone's like, oh, what if you held a call throughout this entire thing? You probably would have had the best bang for your buck once the big move was made through February or through Friday or Monday. Random question: what are the black boxes made of? More durable material to survive crashes? Uh, I don't know. Unobtainium. They're probably made out of the algorithm's buy button material because it never breaks. too heavy. It's too heavy. Those aircraft are just, aircraft are just basically tin cans. I mean, it's made out of aircraft grade aluminum or whatever other material. How's Bookmark looking? Right now, we are still pinging right above 45.10 and just under 45.30. Right now, we are 45.16. So, yeah. Is it possible to skip the airline crash talk? Yeah, sure. I'm just waiting for a setup. I am a pilot. You're very right. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? All right, so right now, I want to dig in and just kind of develop a game plan because right now we're pegged, but we're gonna make a move. We're either gonna come back up, maybe we'll sell off with this kind of data. Who knows? But I am ready. 450, 65, just under S2. Like I said, I still have S4 and S5. S1 significant level coming on down now. S2. This is not moving too aggressively. It's just kind of trickling down, all things considered. The common theme, Fed swaps fully priced in 200 BPS more by the end of the year. Wow. The 2-year yield's right at 2.24. All right, so we ate up that 45.16 level, and now we're trickling upwards here to 45.30. So watch this level. That's a big green bubble right there heading on up. We got, 10 minutes until the market is set, or 20 minutes till the market is set in the morning, and right back to S1. Watching XLF, it's rocketing. As that bond, the money's coming out of bonds, going into XLF right there. We have got, this is the main theme right now, the main story. Here are the 2-year, they're also doing the same thing. And to put it in perspective, this just came up a little bit, 2.4. So this is the big number everyone's looking at. And this is one of the most reliable recession indicators, or imminent recession indicators, is the crossover, or the inversion of the 2-year or the 10-year. So this is the 10-year, which all I did is I plotted it here. And the 2-year is climbing up there. So once that 2-year overtakes, a lot of economists use that as a reliable indicator to say that we're heading to a recession. So UK is buying back up. They're going to highs, and we are just navigating these waters. 451.54 on SPY, and a couple of greens right back to S1. Sure thing, Damon. If you want to know a little bit about the 10-year, the 210 inversion, head over, like I said, go click on that OM library channel, and I posted a good write-up of a good discussion of what happens when that happens, or why that's such a big thing. Why does the market spike the 2 years over the 10 years, and why does that matter to us? The Freddie Mac mortgage rates have spiked as well, nearing 5%. I'm sure Michael Burry's eyes twitching. I guess that's a bad metaphor considering he has a glass eye. Didn't intend that one. All right, and there's a rejection right off S1. 451.57, which is 2 cents off that. NASDAQ is still heading this little downward channel here. But the important thing to note, I think everything has to have an asterisk beside it. After the market that we've come out of 2020, or the past 2 years, with a crazy amount of liquidity, the printer left in the on position, I don't think anyone really knows what's going to happen next year. Yep, I'm in real estate. I'm a pilot. I can fly. I love talking about real estate. All right, right back to S1. Correct. Yeah, correct. But it's not always been working that way. I mean, the bonds have been selling off since January, and look what just happened. So, oh yeah, dang it! Why do I have Facebook down there? So, yeah, VIX just popped up. Not yet. We still have a little bit more to go before we pop new lows, new session lows at least. Is it Facebook's turn? Yeah, tech is just playing hopscotch. Who can rally? And today, someone said it's Facebook's turn. Yep. Mark Zuckerberg is like, thanks, guys. Amazon is at the top. Microsoft and Apple's at the top as well. Little red candle there. So we're just chopping in between ranges for now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I agree, Newton. It's been a crazy week, man. I think this has been, in terms of like managing everything, it's been one of the crazier weeks I've had in a long time. Very profitable week, but man, it's funny because it just shows how important is like Bookmap and you having your tools ready, because we've been blasting up, obviously, since the 15th of March. I've held no long positions overnight. I've actually scalped a crap ton of ES shorts and longs, and managed to do very, very well this week. But it's been exhausting because you're like trying to figure out what's going to happen. You're trying to tie logic into things. You're trying to read the data, and every day it just says, "Yep, screw your data. We're going higher. What kind of confirmation are you looking for from that call? I am looking to figure out if it's going to reject this range. The rates and the bonds kind of threw us for a loop here. Now I'm just kind of monitoring XLF. We've got a lot of liquidity coming in just around our position right now. We're kind of straddling that position. And yeah. Wish I could have found you 2 years ago before the market was crazy. Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, my trading style back before 2020 was a lot different than now. Literally, I mean, I was buying everything, accumulating, and I literally just held. I did nothing. Uh, so most of my big wins came on stocks and margined positions with long stocks, and then I threw in some leaps and just my swing trades. It was a much different system. It would have been boring. We'd have been sitting here talking while I'm just watching my positions that I held for weeks. But I guess profitable trading is boring trading. I guess that's what they always say. Oh, thanks, Dickles and Dimes. Oh, you've been here since the beginning. Nice, very cool. Yeah, it's been fun. It's fun. Yeah, my system has adapted to this style of trading. Back my the indicators I used to use were more fitted to long-term trading, buying and hold longer-term stuff, and I've kind of adapted it to day trading and trimmed what I needed to trim and cut out what I needed to cut out. And it is what it is today. And I still use a blend of what I had then and with the stuff I've learned now. So it's been awesome. And it'll always be like that. It's like Tiger Woods, man. Tiger Woods was at the peak top of his game, destroying everybody, and he still wanted to change his swing because he always wants to be better. I guess it's a double-edged sword, but nope, nothing yet. Nothing yet. We're just kind of fizzling out here in the 3 or 4 point range. Nothing crazy. So I'm just seeing what tech. I'm watching tech, XLF, and the VIX. Those are the three big ones right now to see how they're going to adjust. Because the big variable that was just thrown in is that Citibank came out and said they're expecting multiple 50-point hikes this year, which is not what we are planning on. The yields spiked hard. In fact, one of the most aggressive spikes I've seen in a good while, and the bonds sold off. So that kind of changes the dynamic of the market of the morning. We're not flying. We're just hanging out here, right pinned to just under S1 on SPY on this pretty tight range, 451.67 and 453, which is about $1.30 range. Nasdaq putting in new lows. The 8 and 21, I still use it as kind of like a backup thing, but I've switched to so much data style trading that the indicator trading is more just I throw on the back burner now. So I've completely removed the MACD. I still use the TTM. I still use the RSI for longer term stuff, but it's all data driven now. Smack dab in the middle of the range here, coming up on 5 o'clock or on 10:05. I'm sorry, and Nasdaq is down. UK is kind of trickling up the top. Let's take a look at the 1-year chart and take a look at the price action. So yesterday we were talking about when we closed above that prior swing high, that 45 or 450.62. That gives us a high probability that we will gap up next day, and we did small gap, but up nonetheless. And we kind of rejecting off S1 here, which is, if you look at S1, it's a level where the price loves to consolidate and reject. So you bounces here, rejections here, here, and here, and then another couple of bounces here. So right in this range is a huge sticking point. And we spent a lot of time in that 4,500 range, January, February, and then of course here in December, right there, and then back here as well. I mean, it goes back. This is that crucial pivot zone right here for the market where it likes to gravitate towards. So the market's brought it right back here. The JPM collar was right here. Everything is just right here. Significant level at 45.50. But everything in terms of bullishness, man, it's been rocketing. And then if you take a look, the volume is heading down here. And then I've actually got on the other screen, I've got the TTM, which I'm going to bring out to the 1 year. And I've got the RSI to see what that looks like. So the squeeze is firing. It's actually starting to, no, it's still firing way up. And the RSI is right in the middle. And in terms of all the levels, it's right here. So it'll be very curious if we can actually breach this. And if we do breach that, it's not going to leave very much resistance to continue up to upper 4600s, lower 4700s. I know it sounds crazy, but it's right there, man. It's right there. SPX is currently trading 45.24. That get post is huge. How many points should a spread on SPY be? I mean, it all depends on what you're on your risk tolerance and how far or how close you want to play. So when I'm trading SPX, I'm usually doing anywhere between 25 and 30 points. Sometimes 40, sometimes 20, but it usually sits right in between 25 and 30 points, depending on what credit I can get. Now, with the VIX being this low, how high? Just for S's and G's. No, not even touching that. No thanks. Not even writing any call credit spreads today. This is not worth it. Nasdaq still coming on down. Do you think the market digests the Citibank news today or Monday? We'll see, man. Right now, the Nasdaq, the tech, is starting to feel it. It'll be interesting to see how this absorbs that news. It kind of changed things right there, right before market open. And this is the big deal right here. For those just joining us, TNX, the yields have rocketed up to 2.4, while the bonds here absolutely got destroyed from 130 all the way down to 128. VIX is holding steady. Couple of green candles, 2168. Not moving just yet. SPY is just trickling back down to the bottom of this range so far. Ranges are bouncing off that perfectly, and then the Nasdaq's at the bottom. I've got 45-40 calls up and ready here. May consider taking a call at the 10:05 lows. And just putting stops in place just because I'm wrong. Or just in case I'm wrong, not just because. So what I'd like to do here is put in a call if we can get down a little bit longer, a little bit lower, and then put in a stop in a place. And then if it does turn into a trend down day, for example, because of this news, we could just flip our positions and go down and put in a stop in place. Can you hold futures in place without an increase in margin? It depends on your balance. I know one thing, when you hold a future overnight, it gets a little wonky. One, they have an adjustment to your buying power because they are mark to market, especially if it's a losing position. Especially like E-Trade. I don't like to make a habit of holding futures trades overnight on E-Trade because it does wacky things with your buying power and your balance. It's all over the place. And then like literally, I've had my balance show up like $30,000 less than what it actually was, just because of the way they calculate the numbers. And then I'll call them, blah blah blah, and they're like, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'll wait till the next settlement day, and it'll go back to even." It's just the way they do their calculations. It's nutty. So I don't know which broker you're using, but just be careful holding futures positions overnight, especially if you're in a losing futures position. What do I think about ninja trading? I don't know what that is. Ninja trading. The Judy chop. So, not much moving here. We're pinned to 450.89 right now to the top bottom range. It is just at our time to see if we can make a move. VIX, red candle. Ninja traders to discount futures brokerage. Never traded it. Never touched it. And we're pegged to the bottom here. Little top wick red coming off the 8. And we're trickling down a little bit. Harold says it's when you trade with all the lights off with wearing a bandana. I love it. I love it. All right, so far, snooze fest. Has the market run out of steam? Has it let off the gas pedal and it's looking for the exit on the interstate? Or is it just kind of taking its foot off the pedal to kind of stretch out its kinks, to stretch out its soreness, and then it's just going to mash the gas pedal down? Hey, if y'all missed it, I got called a jabroni by the Iron Sheik last night on Twitter. Apparently, the Iron Sheik is a Neo fan. Who would have thought? I thought it was an imposter, but the dude's got like 700,000 followers, and I looked on him. Hey, it's the Iron Sheik, and he says, "You know nothing, you jabroni." I was like, man, why is Iron Sheik so bullish on Neo? I know he meant it as an insult, but it still made my day. The fact that one of my childhood wrestling idols called me a jabroni. I've made it. I've made it. I hope he comes to the convention. All right, anyway, got a little green there. Little green. I took that Neo short up 60%. Nice. Well done. That dude's got to be pushing 60 or 70 right now. What are you doing with all the clicking? Can you explain? I'm charting. I'm going back and forth between the Bookmap, between all my charts here. I've got an additional off-screen trading view page that y'all can't see. That's got all my some proprietary stuff on it. I'm going back and forth. So I saw that they took this liquidity off, put it back on, and then now at 45.25. So now the price is pinned between 45.25 and the larger level at 45.17. Is Bookmap just features? No. You can trade. You could chart anything on it. Roughly, yeah. Yep. SPX. That's the conversion. Do I use the volume profile indicator still, or is that replaced with Bookmap? I still use it. Yeah, I still use it every day for calculating my levels. Very much a part of it. It's actually one of my favorite indicators because it's not based on calculations. It's based on the actual volume and actual price. So I mean it's a data-driven indicator, which is right up my alley. And then after that, I use the Bookmap for the live stuff. Does Veteran do live streams? If so, how do they mesh with your schedule? He does. He streams virtually every day, and he usually streams all day, and he streams throughout the night. He streams all the time. In fact, if you go to bed with your computer speaker next to your ear, he will be on and he'll be whispering sweet nothings into your ear. Mrs. Options Millionaire, do you recommend Bookmark over TraderVate? I don't think she would have a recommendation. I don't think she would have a recommendation. But I would. I don't know what TradeVate is. I do love Bookmark though. It's incredible. Where does Veteran stream his video? Right now, we are working on some private video stuff, but right now it's just Discord audio like you're hearing here, and there's a tier 4 dedicated voice channel, voice stages just like this one. VIX coming off hard, new lows. In fact, that is the new 2131. And when's the last time we've been at 2131? This is just for S's and G's. February 10th. That's the last time we've been this low. So me and my wife were discussing a potential educational channel. So a lot of people have asked me, like, how do you do some real estate investing and stuff? And well, we're about to close on the next investment property, which is going to be land development. And I think we're going to do a YouTube channel, like literally the day we pull up, where like the land is overgrown the day we close, and kind of like do a YouTube update every day on how you develop it, how you track it out, all that stuff up until the sale. So be on the lookout. Might be a new project we'll do in addition to all this stuff. If you're looking to do that kind of real estate investing. Move that bus. All right, we're pinned up here at top of just under S1. Where do I stand on the bubble in the real estate market? Crash or slow recede? I think slow recede, then crash. Is the Iron Sheik really 80? Holy crap. I was trading at 5 in the morning. Yep, I was actually up at 3 o'clock my time, which is 4 o'clock Eastern. So I've already hit the gym. I've already done my Bible readings. I've already traded. I made 65 ES points this morning. It was beautiful. It's been a good day. I'm exhausted. After this week, I'm exhausted. All right, so just under S1. NASDAQ, if you look at this trend, if you want to play the trend, this is what the NASDAQ is doing right there. It's just following this upward line. How about spot gamma? Do I still use it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, absolutely, Jonathan. Yeah, it's a big part of my life. Big part of my life. I try to toe the line between discussing my faith and not forcing on other people because I know other people aren't. But yeah, it's a big part of my life. The Bookmap video will be ready this week, this upcoming week. I'll be starting it, working on it this weekend, and then releasing it next week. Personally, I don't believe a housing crash is possible. Slow downtrend maybe. Well, here's the thing, and I'm not going to say you're wrong necessarily, but the way I think about it is think about the larger big picture. The first thing is going to happen is recession. We are facing a pretty significant food shortage and then inflation and recession. So when people start losing their jobs, people can start losing their jobs. They've grossly overpaid for homes. Sorry about that. Just got handed a protein shake. So yeah, people have grossly overpaid for homes, and now they're going to be stuck in positions that they may or not be able to hold. Bag holding homes. So now the only flip side of that is that there is still a supply demand issue, but that demand is going to start to wane, and that's the issue. That's why it's not going to crash immediately because there's still a demand issue. We still have the issue of people don't want to go back to work. You still have New York, California, all these high income places that are still wanting to work remotely, and they're going to flood to low income areas or lower property value areas and still buy those up. But that's not going to be able to support the whole housing market. Does anything happen when your home has negative equity? No. But I mean, the issue is will people be able to maintain their homes? That's the thing. So, and I know everyone says the market can't crash, the housing market can't crash. Well, it can, and it will. The market's never going to continue to go up. I mean, this is not a different market than 2008. It's just different conditions. But nope, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. Yeah, people moving to Colorado and Florida, and yeah. I'd actually love to live in Colorado, but right now, my lifestyle wouldn't fit with the current political environment with Colorado. I would like half my weaponry would not be allowed in the state, so I can't live there until something changes. All right, so 451. Man, this thing is not moving. This is a snooze fest right now. Yep, VIX is still not quite yet. Not quite yet. Almost. You almost got me there. So, but pretty much, we are pinging new lows for sure, and we'll see if that drives us lower. Nasdaq right now is still moving lower. XLF, let's take a look there. XLF is blasting out the top, still new highs. Tech, if tech decides to do a little rebound, we could go higher. We could go higher. The futures play was posted in the futures channel, Mojo. All right, there's some green now that tech is kind of rebounding with XLF right through S1. But it's not even, here's the thing about the housing market. It's not even the new home purchases that I'm really thinking about. I mean, that's a big part of it. But how many people do you know remortgaged their homes or took HELOCs out to take the equity out of their homes? So their appraisals went up 30, 40, 50%, 100%. My home went up. I mean, my home is 3 times what it was worth, 6 years ago. How many people took hundreds of thousands of dollars out all against their mortgages? And now they're completely mortgaged on everything. There's no more equity left in the home because they pull it out. And now their appraisal, the values are going to are going to tank. People are going to be laid off. The jobs are going to be hurt. I mean, so it's ridiculous. Or how about the jabronis that took HELOCs out and put it in the stock market, and then it's gone? Anyway, VIX popped in lows, man. It's just coming off here, which is going to drive us higher if tech comes along with XLF. OM, what makes you the most upset when it comes to trading? My most recent aggravation. That's a good question. I don't get asked that question a lot. My system is reliable enough where I don't really take big losses anymore that much. So I don't care about losses. Like, losses happen, and I keep them 99.9% of the time. I keep them small enough where I never even think about them. The biggest aggravation for me is consistently missing trends. That's my biggest weakness because I'm such a good scalper that I focus on scalping so much and day trade so much that I rarely anymore hold a call 5, 6 days and catch a big move. That's my biggest aggravation. All right, big move up here. Stand by. And we're going through S1. You're very welcome. So how do you decide to short or go long at 25? Well, I'm looking at the Bookmap here. If you're looking at the YouTube, you see this liquidity. Boom, ate up all of that. Boom. And now we're heading up to 45.39. Yeah, that's part of it, man. If we're gonna be in this community together, I have no problem telling you all my downfalls and my aggravations. I mean, that's part of it. That's part of learning. I don't want to just talk about my wins and how great I am. I'm a human too, and I have frustrations and aggravations, and I take losses, and it's part of it. Especially, I've got the added stress of having to perform. So it's fun. It's fun. It's been a learning experience the past year. VIX still falling 2096. ES is 45.30. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Man, we going. We going. Yeah, there's a big item just got put on here at 45.40, and we just kind of popped off that 45.34 just a touch. We finally broke that trend on the Nasdaq in SPY through our R1. And remember that pre-market I told you about, man? Put on a somewhat responsible call lotto today, and you could pay off pretty well, at least up in the 45.50. Not something super far outside of the money, but what is Bookmap? Bookmap is this order flow. Uh, it monitors liquidity placed in the market, live data. Man, they just put a crap ton of upward resistance on. 45, 53, 50, 46, 40, and then 35, all over the place. That's like machine gun right there. In fact, I'm going to put this in the room. I'm going to update the Bookmap analysis channel so you all can find it easily and conveniently. Big red after rejecting that first level. So 45.35 is eaten up. Not much there left relative to the others. And yeah, so we rejected that first, ate up those orders. See if we go on up. So if you are in a call debit spread, both legs are way in the money, do you just let it expire? How far in the money? That's today. That's today. All right. Mine a swing call? Negative. I'm not holding any swing calls. I'm not holding any swing positions over the weekend after I just said I missed trade and become scalping. I would personally close it out. B. That's just me though. Man, we came up, pinged R1, and we're now stagnant right off that first level, which this level 45.35 correlates to right there at R1. And look at all this upward resistance, man. This is what I was saying. They've put nothing on below us. They put no support on below us. Everything is to the upside. Everything. I think so. Yes, Mark. I think so. Well, Alex, you know what you can do is set a stop. Set a stop at a, whatever you want. Let's just make sure I would keep the stop in profitability, and just kick back. Take your mind out of it. That's where you can guarantee yourself profits, and then after that, it's stress free. That's exactly what I did with my trade. When I took that sick, everyone, they kind of said, "Hey, man, you're taking 6 ES contracts this morning." Yeah, but once I got a favorable move, all I did was set a break-even stop. It's free money after that. I don't care what happens; it's free money. And obviously, I stopped out at VWAP, so bada bing. I'm new to the Discord. Why does it say no diamond hands? Because no diamond hands is no bueno. Yeah, we don't want diamond hands. We want nice, responsible investing, and diamond handing is not responsible investing. Yep, this is Bookmap. What you see on the left here, this is Bookmap, and this is TradingView that I'm charting here. All right, so we're holding right at R1. Now, there's a lot of data here at R1, which is why I indicated that it's strong. Pre-market highs, Nasdaq still trending down, VIX is popping here, but coming down to early February lows. Early February lows. Why do you use Bookmap? They liked what they saw with the channel. They actually reached out to me, and I teamed up with them because I like what I saw. I mean, I love the product, and it ties in perfectly to my system. I'm a volume price analysis trader, price action, very data-driven trader, and it sets perfectly in with my system. Yeah. The next video I'm doing is actually I lied. I'm releasing my IBKR video, then I'm doing Bookmap, but they're all going to be pretty close together. So usually I'm releasing a video about every 2-3 weeks, but I'll do this one a little quicker. If you are getting FOMO after this crazy move, I'll tell you, there's very few people that held this thing to the entire move. And if you did, honestly, that's probably pretty irresponsible because this is so groundbreaking that, yeah, not to mention what we talked about earlier, that you would have made the most money if you closed on Friday, depending on what expiration you had. Um, if you are getting FOMO, this is the time to maintain patience because there's always opportunity. And then if you're getting FOMO on the upside, when we actually do reverse and go down, uh, you'll miss the downside because you're so focused on the upside. So that's just part of it, man. Managing emotions in the market's never easy. Never easy. I do good with swings on H1, but I'm having trouble with day trades lately. Any tips on options day trading to increase profits? Yeah, take profits quick, set stops, use Bookmap, and then of course if you want to come in the, I don't know if you're in the Discord or not, but the levels that we teach in the server, if you tie all those together, they're beautiful. Everyone can be a scalper. It's actually not all that difficult. The problem is you play with your mind, and people when they're wrong they don't cut them loose. When you're scalping, people scalp and then they end up lose. They enter into a losing transaction, and they turn a scalp into a day trade or a swing trade. which is not. I mean, if you're scalping and you're wrong, you scalp it out. Just like you take profits quick, you got to take those losses quick. So I don't care. Like if I'm scalping multiple times, I mean sometimes I'm trading futures all like I've got dozens of transactions on futures, and you know 30% of them might be losses, but I don't care as long as that dollar's green at the end of the day. Who cares how many losses you take? Obviously, if it's become an issue, you want to adjust. If your losses are starting to overcome your wins, obviously that's an issue, but I don't care. So take losses quick. All right, new highs on SPY going through R1 up to R2. Let's take a look at the book map. And 45.40 will provide next resistance. That's a pretty big resistance, though. So this may be the reaching the sticking point of the market, this upper 43, 40, 50. Crazy, crazy stuff. GameStop's up 10%. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Bookmap is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's literally, it's refined my future scalps to a level that I've never personally had. And I thought it was pretty good, but once I threw in that stuff, it's unreal. Now I'm talking about scalps. Now I'm still working to tie it into longer term trading, but I think it's going to work great when we start doing swing trades for other stuff like tech. I think it's going to work wonders. What? My bad. All right, all the way up to R2. Let's do it. A lot of liquidity above us, but nothing below. Does that mean liquidity is put? Yes, exactly. Yeah, all these orders are going to pull us upwards as we are just going nutty. Just going nutty. So there's that first level, 40, 45, 35, and now it's eating up a little bit. Now we're going to 45, 40 if it goes higher. That's correct, Chris. Now you can adjust your own settings. You can adjust your own settings. But for me personally, I think of it like this. When you are watching the news and the weather guy comes up there and says, "Hey, there's a big storm moving through with a lot of density and all that crap." You know the big dark red areas on the storm, that's high density rain and storms. That's pretty much this. Just think of it like that. Nice and simple. The big dark red nodes, high volume areas. Easy peasy. There you go, Jonathan. That's exactly right. Well done. Gold star. Gold star. Both. They are both. Is the market analysis channel hidden? No, it's still there. It's still there. All right, so we got a little red here. Now the thing is, XLF, that's what we're watching, going crazy. Tech came along, which is driving us higher. So now that financials were up, tech was down. When tech reversed and came back up and broke this little downward trend, it brought the S&P with it. And here we are just sitting right up to just above R1, pinched between R2 and R1. Now, here's the great thing, and I want to show you a little bit about my system. So, like I said, when I get on in the morning and I start doing all my analysi, if you're Latin, I don't know if that's even true. When you start doing all my analysis, I form all my levels. I don't open up Bookmap. I don't open up Spot Gamma. I don't open up anything. The first thing I do is I start calculating all my levels. I got my Excel sheet up. I'm throwing the data. I'm throwing in the volume. I'm throwing in the volume and price, all that stuff. And I form my levels. And then I go to Bookmap to see if they've got any high density areas, and I kind of tie in and adjust. Now, after all that, I've actually got my levels formed and calculated. Then I go in, and now, especially the past week that I've started using Bookmap, 2 weeks, now I open up Bookmap, and I'm looking to see if these levels correlate to any of the volume nodes they've got listed. And this one in particular was spectacular because I formed all my levels, and look, R2, R1, and S1 are all correlated high. They've got strong indications on there, and then if you look at Bookmap, everything right there. We had a big level right here on 4530, which is S1, blasted through it. Now look at R1 and R1 and R2. Everything's right here. High levels of congestion. So it just goes to show you how helpful it is to look back both on prior historical action. I guess prior historical is redundant. Historical price action, and then future data with current setup on the morning. You tie all that stuff in. It's beautiful. And then all that does is these levels are accurate. Now I can look at Bookmap, and it just gives me a live representation of the strength or weakness of that particular level. It's good stuff. Yeah, on Trend Up, it's great to play the 8 EMA. For sure. This Bookmap is standalone. This is just purely Bookmap software. Your downloadable software. Man, that green just bought up and went higher while I was talking. Holy smokeroni. All right, so touching 45.40 right here. What's it going to do? Bad boys, bad boys. What you going to do? What data do you specifically use prior closes? Yeah, I have a couple of videos about it, of what I use. So on standby. I'm trying to look at a play here. 45.40. Just grinding up, baby. Yeah. Yeah, the Gex, baby. The Gex. First line of resistance, 45.40, being tested right now. This is the first time we've tested that level. Straight up. No, they don't. They are asking about it. And I try to give a good thing without talking about tier 4, but all right. So that's our first rejection of 45.40 right there. A couple of came up there. Little rejection. Little rejection. and right off R2. I'm just scalping the bejesus out of it, Alex. That's it. What's up, Mark? Hey, thanks, Brendan. Appreciate that. 2 weeks ago, everyone said the world was ending, and now it's skyrocketing. Yeah, that's it. That's the way things go, man. They get us everyone bearish, and then they rip us, and then everyone gets bullish, and then they pull the rug. That's just market mechanics. That's the way they make their money, and that's not, that is not conspiracy. It's just the way they do things. That's the way they make their most money. They play against your emotions because that's how they get their money. They will rocket this thing, and then they'll get everybody emotional, and they'll start shorting, and they'll just squeeze it higher, and they close out the positions, and it goes higher. That's it. Yeah, I'm here. That's the way the cookie crumbles. You're going to scalp a rejection of 45.40, not the second time. If we come up and touch that 45.40, then we may breach. But right now, I mean, look at that, man. It's like clockwork. Just bam, 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 just right up there, laddering up. 45.40 is the 61.8 fib of the entire correction. XLF still climbing. Yep, so if XLF is climbing, the tech is climbing, the VIX is coming off 20, trying to go for teens. Is this a sit back and buy calls and sit back kind of day? Yes, it is. Yep, hedges got offloaded. Exactly right. That's what initiated. That's what initiated. So we're starting to hit this upward stuff here. If you're holding long positions that are short dated, consider adjusting or taking profits because you're going to start facing decay as we start hitting these roadblocks. I don't think we're going to go all that much higher than this right here. Not talking about the last 20 minutes of the day. I can't speak to that. Craziness abounds in the last 20 minutes of the day. But I would say for the majority of the day, this is pretty much it. I would say right here, 45.55. There's a crap ton. A crap ton. Not to be confused with a buttload of resistance right here to 44.45. We've got 45.75 way up. And then you've got the S ton. That's the next metric. R2. Man, that level came up. All right. I'm testing a quick short scalp right here, right at that level. See if I can get one red candle out of this, I'm good to go. Good to go. Man, Alex likes to call me out a lot, doesn't he? So you've been scalping this whole time? Yeah, I can't call out scalps. I'm not going to call out a 5-second scalp. All right, there's one red off of R2. Not unless it's a high confidence, at least. All right, there's one red off of R2. And see if we can get a little bit extension down to prior swing lows. Man, that's good stuff. This is what I'm talking about, man. Bookmap. Right there, I just paid for like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months now worth of Bookmap. And I'm closing right here. Closing it. Bam, filled. $600 on one candle. Nice, Alex. I love it. $600, one candle. Thanks, Bookmap. Yep. I already covered. I'm out completely. I'm out completely. Here, I'll post it right here. There you go. That was the play. I know people give me crap for not holding trends, but man, I'm making so much money scalping these things. It's like, why would I? Why would I take that risk on? So, right now I'm playing futures. Right now I'm playing futures. So what exactly in Bookmap led your confidence? You can't see the video. Here we go. I'll tell you. All right. So, are you listening, Chris? Are you listening? Right there. All right. You see that 45.40 level? That level was strong, but right before I took that, I saw an influx. Literally, that number to the right that was 350, that was lower. That was like 280, 290, and I saw it pop up, which meant that red shade got way darker. So I elected to take it because I knew that was going to be a little bit stronger resistance. Because more orders came on, so I threw in a scalp. Thought it'd be a good confidence play to get at least one red candle. Now I said all I was looking for, one red candle. That's it. That's my thesis for the play. One red candle. Happen quickly. I'm out. Now it's the next play. What do we do the next play? Let's do this. So 2 red candles on the NASDAQ. Man, I need to play some NASDAQ. Buying back up. Let's see if we can test 44.50 again. All right, so the orders came off a little bit. See how it lightened up the shade? The number came down from 380 to 333. So it lightened up a little bit. So now this, I'm going to be a little less confident on scalping this. But regardless, I'm still going to bring up a short. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring up an order form. Obviously, all I need to do is click the toggle switch between sell and buy. That's one of the benefits of trading futures, is that it's a lot more fluid. You can get in and out of positions and change things very quickly. So I'll switch over to buy if this starts breaking up through 45.40. If I see any indication of rejection, I'll short and I'll put a stop. And then if not, I'll buy and go long. In my personal opinion, I think we're reaching prime time scalping zones, because we're going to come up here. There's not going to be too much more oomph to get us above. The VIX is already coming down to lower 20s, and we've got a lot of upwards resistance here. So we could sit here and play these rejections, then play the buy-ups. Long, short, all over the place in this particular area. Now, that's just for scalping. I'm just talking about scalps. And the 10-year, 2.4. Are you freaking kidding me? I remember when they were hair on fire, screaming about 1.7 back last spring, and it's almost a 2.5. If that's your thesis, why not sell 0 DTs above the levels? Because I know not to poke the theta bear. I'm not about to sit here and sell a 45.60 call credit spread and get smoked because I'm wrong. All right, so we got some red action there. And coming off of that level, look how it lightened up. So all those orders came off. A little bit of selling. That bubble got bigger, which is it's just like the sell order indication by the bubbles. I got them where it pops big when they have a little bit of increase in selling action. Nice, Greg. And now we're coming down to R1. Yeah, I think under 5 cents it's free. There's no commissions. The bids. All right, so there's R1, strong level. 8's rounding over just a touch. There's not much support down here. You see, there's nothing here. There's a little bitty peg right there at 45.30 that's starting to build, and we bounced right off of it, which is just R1. It's almost like they've got my R1 data. Bam. Look at that. 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 Well done, John. Well done. I know you get these questions all the time. What are your thoughts on AMD and looking at Bookmap? I don't follow AMD all that much. On looking at Bookmap. Uh, I love Bookmap personally. Obviously, we're going to build into it. It's new. It's a new tool. I trade E-Trade and IBKR. I use IBKR for the bigger long-term stuff, like weekly spreads. And then right now I'm just trading. I'm just scalping the crap out of E-Trade. There's my YouTube right there. Welcome to 20 VIX. Exactly. People are just like, hey, I can't get much premium for my PCSs. Yeah. Welcome to 20 VIX. Y'all got hooked on that 37 VIX. Y'all got any more of that 37 VIX? Do we get any discount on Bookmap if we get it through you? They offered Global Plus for my members. So if you look in the server announcements, I posted the link there, which is this channel right here. Yeah, by the way, if you are looking to sign, I am now official partner of Bookmap, official. So if you're looking to sign up for Bookmap, I've got an affiliate link you can use. It gets you deals on the Global Plus, both the quarterly and yearly plans. I've never used Thinkorswim, so I couldn't tell you. No worries. I am using Global Plus, yes. $45.50. I believe it, Rick. I believe it. I wouldn't say 460. I think the 444 or 454, 455 level is where I would expect the SPY to go. But I think 460 is a little high. E-Trade's absolute garbage next to Thinkorswim. I've never used it honestly, so I couldn't say. Honestly, I'm in the process of transitioning out of E-Trade. The only reason I've got funds left in E-Trade is because I am doing a smaller account challenge coming up for April end, because I want to have 2 brokerages open in case like IBKR goes down, I can still trade. Just, a little diversity. But I was actually going to cancel it altogether because they did piss me off a little bit. But I'd like to just keep it open. Did it hit 250? No, it didn't. Sweet sassy molassie. It did. Wow. We may be in store for an end-of-day sell-off. Interesting. Is IBKR not part of E-Trade? Negative. Two different things. Can you load Tesla on Bookmap for 1 sec? Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I think that's it there. Let it load up. So 45.30, hanging out right here. And coming down through R1. Is it easy to trade futures on IBKR? Yeah, it's super easy. It's easy to trade anything on IBKR once you get used to it. And I don't even have all my hotkeys set up yet. So what this market is doing is they are now starting. Oh, big red candles. What this market is doing is telling me to shut up and start trading. Holy crap. All right, coming down on VWAP. Watch out. So we rejected 45.40. Watch for liquidity to start to be put on under if we start doing this. Are we doing this? Oh, we're doing this. So watch XLF. If XLF joins this, we will flip. The day will flip. Watch this. Someone needs to be keeping XLF up at all times. VIX starting to jump. SPY is coming down. VWAP S1. See, this is where things start pushing in and pulling. Now we've had a bullish thesis this morning, but now the rates have spiked to 2.5 because of now we've had news coming out for all these 50-point rate hikes. So it's going to kind of change things a little bit, and it's going to make us a little bit more on edge, and we need to be careful that we don't start becoming, we don't maintain euphorically bullish sentiment when the market's about to tank. Sweet, sassy, molassy. But we need to be watching XLF. How do you shake the mindset that swing trading is gambling? I don't call swing trading gambling. The problem is people swing trade way too much. Like, you don't need to be trading 15, 20 swing trades a week. Swing trades is all about timing, especially when you're trading options, because all you got to be is wrong by 1 day, and you'll wipe out your gains. I mean, to the point, like, especially if you're playing close dated options, it's like no bueno. What we need to do is turn Russia on North Korea and just let them go at it. They both want to fight so much, just let them fight. Our bank's going to rip. I don't know about this one. That's right. Yep. XLF is the financial sector fund with a lot of banks. That is accurate. So after some red, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set an alert. If XLF breaks this right here, I'm going to hear about it. Right there. Might be worth taking a put here. Why is XLF important for the market today? Because it's supporting everything. Tech has got a little selling here, but with the rates, when you start to see the rates doing this, when you start to see the bonds doing this, you want to focus on the XLF. This is why when somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago, what are the three biggest X sectors I look at? Tech, XLE, energy, and XLF. Because whenever there's a global issue or some sort of microeconomic condition, usually you see it manifested in those three, K, E, and F. XLV is healthcare. That thing fluctuates all the freaking time. Communications, all that stuff. XLY and XLP, they've got a lot of what's already in XLK. It's got already the top 10, so those are already pretty much tracked. That's why K, E, and F are my favorites. If X is up, Y or like the P's are going to be up. Yep, that's because of oil. That's a great question. XLE is rocketing right now because of oil, energy. Do I trade crypto? Negative. I experimented with crypto back in college. I'm just kidding. Last spring, I bought some Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I sold it way too soon. I'm in an iron condor with shorts of 45.85 and 44.55. I would like to think you're safe, Chris, but you know me. I don't like to use that word. That's a dirty word. If XLF starts to drop, I'm playing puts and I'm shorting. In fact, right now, I bet you it's downturning now. It's about to hit my alert. Not yet. It almost got there with that red candle. Can you play options on crypto? I believe some brokers now offer options on crypto, if I remember right. All right, watch out. Red candle. What are we at? 45.20. Let's go to 45.10 puts, March 25th. 490. Currently trading for $4.90 each. Man, really? Bam. Come on, don't freeze up on me. I just hit send on this put. XLF is tanking. What are you doing? Literally, I got the circle of death on E-Trade. Are you effing S-ing me? Oh. Yep. Yep. I got to open up my IBKR now. NASDAQ got new lows. All right, bringing up futures all the way down to the bottom AM range. XLF is about to get smoked. They're starting to gap a little bit here. VIX big pop in XLF. Let's do VIX here at the bottom. Saudi Arabia after a missile strike on Saudi. That's weird. Yeah, that's not United States. Yeah, they ain't gonna do any striking there. All right, Nasdaq is tanking here. God, it's still coming down. All right, and bam, I am short futures right now. I'm going to keep these on a short lease because this is a late move. See if I can get some movement out of these. And I'm short here. See if I could scalp some green if this starts coming back up because that was a late entry. Did SA bomb themselves? Who knows? Who knows? Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. All right, XLF, what are they doing? I'm going to set another alert for VWAP on that. Booyah. Come on, give me another 600. What's the Bookmap telling me? Man, I got so much going on right now. Look at that. All the way down. Look, they put new liquidity on down here. So that wasn't there. Now they've putting stuff on. Below 44, 45, 13. I mean, we can't time it. You know, it's not going to be perfectly reactive. The market does what it's going to do. So we can't time that perfectly, but you know, here it is. Here it is. All right, new lows on SPY. VIX is still climbing. Situational awareness on XLF is still falling. Bam. Come on. Give me 600. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take one of these ES contracts out here. And see if I can catch a runner. All right, took one off. There's taking one off there. Bam. Come on. There's 4507. Nasdaq's still coming off. Keep watching XLF. XLF is kind of wagging the dog right now with tech coming off. So well, you got Nasdaq's first is selling off, but now the XLF is kind of giving it that extra volatility. So watch that. I might go ahead and exit here and re-enter, which is exactly what I've just done. Out. Well, you know, John, there's I play both. I wouldn't get hung up just on futures. There's time to play both. If you can catch a runner on options, options are going to pay more than futures. So if you catch a runner, I can make more money on less capital with futures than options than I can with futures. Less capital being the operative word there. Options are a force multiplier. Nice, Uncle Bill. This is silly. I'm looking forward to April when I start showing this small account details because this is just silly. Nice, Ray. Well done. Something I've never done before. I have to get it cleared with security forces first, though. Nice. Juice. Remember the time you drilled the top shorting ES, your target one-run candle turned out to be the high of the day? Yeah. I think I did it again today. I just didn't hang on to it this time. All right, so now we're hanging out. What's the liquidity telling us? No man's land. Where's it going to go? We still have a little bit up here. It's come up. Those levels are still very much there. Now, if I start to see these come off, then I think we're going to head to the south. And if I start to see a lot more liquidity come on down here and this come off, then I'm going to be looking south. I'm going to be looking south. But we do have a level here, 45.16. All right, just on S2. Any idea what caused this little dump? Yeah. For once, I actually know exactly what caused this little dump. So the rates are spiking. The rates went up to 2.5, and Tech and XLF started rolling. Tech has been a little heavier today than the other sectors. Now XLF finally started to join the fun, and now that you've got Tech and the financials starting to give back a little bit, it kind of accelerated that downward move from R2 down to just above S2. Nice, Alex. Well done. Killing it. I will tell you, if you are in CCSs, use this opportunity to take profits. Why let it go to zero and take on risk? In the event that we do, buy up. Take risk off the table. You're welcome, Krez. Thanks for being here. 12% on your SPY put. Good stuff. I like it, Alex. Good stuff. How can you choose the leverage with options regarding the expiration date? Oh man, what do you mean? Choose leverage. I mean, you could adjust your position size, but that's about it. 60%, nice, Jonathan. Yemen rebels. I know a little bit about them. I know a lot about them, actually. All right, right now we are still holding the bottom. The AM channel, yep. So look at this. I'm going to post this back in the room. They just put a crap ton on the books. I'm going to post it in the Bookmap analysis channel. Right there. They just put a crap ton right there. So 45.14, 45.16 right on there, and they're just pulling us a little bit lower. And there's another red candle on the bottom. I love it. I love it. Very interesting market conditions. Any chance you show us your Bookmap live on YouTube next time you explain what you watch for? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Credit CSM right here. All right, new lows. Give me what you got for a poke chop. All right, there's S2, and we've got that 45.05 on ES. I wonder what the GEX looks like now. Anyone have an adjusted GEX after this stuff? Here comes 4,500. Oh, come on, you're tier 4. You should know what GEX is. Beautiful, Ray. Well done. 11%. Man, look at that little node. Hey, little node. What's up? 4,500, 44. Nice. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so go look now. Go look now. Frick just posted it. Alex. Oh, come on. Got some downside. Bam. Ooh, I don't want to take 4. Nope, 4 is too much. XLF still hasn't hit my next alert yet, so XLF still hasn't even had a dumping yet. If this thing dumps, we could enter some feisty times. XLF still hasn't even dumped yet. It's just starting to dump. It just ate some Taco Bell. It's not even there yet. Do I have a trading course? Negative. I don't have a trading course. We do have a Discord, though, where we teach, we talk, we do this every single day. We have conversations, we have fun. We make poop jokes, obviously. We learn about the market and different dynamic conditions. So if you want to come hang out with us, cool. We do have Tier 4. That is a higher level tier that dives into option writing, premium writing, and some income generation. Not yet, Alex. Not yet. Is somebody really betting vet? I want to see this. I want to see this. Nice, Alex. Hey, that's good to do, man. Same thing when you take a big loss. If you get a big win, take a step back, reassess. Thanks, Antonio. Welcome. 361 people watching. If you are new to the channel, hit that like button for me. Or even if you are old to the channel, hit that like button for me. Helps that get that visibility out there, man. Let the computers do their thing. Input. I'm yelling timber. Uh-oh. Starting to rain outside, so the kids come in. I hear their hoverboards turning on. Yep, no course. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate that. European market closes in 1 hour. Man, look at Germany. Smoke show. Chinese market's closed. UK's coming off. And more, and down. Let's take a look at this. Looks like they want 4,500. It looks like they want 4,500. And this is one of those things. If you're afraid to take a play because you're afraid of catching late, make an entry and put a very tight stop on there. And that way, if you're right, you can catch a trend. Because I think this is going down a little bit more. Short futures, All right, through S2, I'm going to exit at 4,500. I'm just doing a quick scalp here if we can get down to 4,500. Rate hikes. Steps word. Rate hikes. Scammer TikTok gurus rent Lambos to sell their course. That trades off the SPY. That's crazy. Do people actually rent Lambos? Is that possible? I've never seen a rental service with a Lambo. All right, there's some red. So there you go. Now we got a little bit of action here. Can I get 4,500? I might go ahead and take this. This is a pretty good move. This is a late entry move. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. I'm not going to be greedy. All right, out there. Give me what you got for a poacher. And now we're coming off, baby. Yeah. I think we all rent Lambos in Vegas for the conference. 100%. All right, so 4,500 is gone. Where are we going? ¿Dónde estás? Something like that. It's been a long time. My grandmother passed away a long time ago, so it's been a while since I spoke Spanish. All right, XLF is crossed, so that means XLF is dumping. So what that book map look like? All right, so this is starting to look like trend down, because what happens in a trend down day or a trend up, what happens is that they take liquidity, they put it on, blast it through. They put it on, blast through. And just that's what it looked like. It just keeps coming on, coming off, coming on, coming off, all the way down. A real Munson. Yes, you can't rent a limbo. Interesting. Never driven a supercar before. Never. I'm an old car guy. Like if I was to do anything, I want to take an old pickup truck and renovate it. All right, so more red. And now I'm just popping in and out of futures here. I just closed that one position I told you all about. Man, this is unbelievable. All right, we need S4 and S5. I've got it. I've got it. I freaking knew this was going to happen. I was going to be cheeky and look what happens. All right, S4, 441. Nope. S4 at 44714. S5 is 44523. Let me put this. I got to do some good trading so I can afford the OM conference. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did the ZOMG just 59% his account today? Is that what I'm seeing? Dang, I've had a pretty dang good day, but 59% is egregious. Egregious. All right, so a little green. There's not much liquidity. In fact, we've inflact. Yeah, that sounds like Aflac Duck. 44.98. We've got a little bit of upper resistance there. Let's save that for the general room, please. veteran sparing no expense today. No expense. Will we need S4? What's XLF doing? Not falling all that much. All right, I'm scalping long futures right now. Scalping long futures. Don't mistake that for sentiment change. I'm scalping. Quick 12% on some SPY puts. Nice. Another 30% scalp. Well done. Well done. Awesome stuff. This is the single best day I've ever had done trading because I'm out of the money. Well done. $500, Ray. I love to see it. All right, so we're holding 4,500 right now. Right now, the NASDAQ is 14,588. Right at S3. Beautiful stuff. So 40, where are we at? SPX is 4506. I'm going to go with 44. I'm going to stick with 4,500 puts. I'm going to go down. I was 4510s. I'm going to go with 4,500s right now, just because we come down. Is 4453 in play? Ah, it depends. I'll tell you what. It depends on XLF. If XLF starts selling off, yes, 4453 is in play. So if you are holding a put credit spread around that 4450 area, then you need to be eagle-eyeing for the XLF right now. If XLF starts to come off, this will get pretty interesting going into the afternoon. Why am I streaming 720? I am not streaming 720. Make sure you're adjusting your settings. I made 1K in SPX and I'm done for the day. Thank you. Hey, nice, Steven. Well done. Hoorah. So holding S3 at the moment. Can I trade XLE options? You could, yeah. I personally don't trade options on the X sectors, but you can. I'd have to do the math right now. I don't want to come off screen just yet, Great Blue, but it looks about right. But I'd have to do the math. Yeah, just take SPY, multiply it times 10, and use and then add the conversion value that I have in the market awareness tab. Is Vet finally out of GME? I love it. I love it. All right, so we're not getting any kind of bounce here. We're holding the bottom of the range. XLK is below their range. XLV, what's the top 10 doing? Apple, straight down. Microsoft, Amazon, all of tech. Beautiful, beautiful. Not going to lie, I am enjoying seeing this after the past week. SPY is on top. VIX popping up 22. Anyone taking the over-under play? Remember, I am long futures, so just scalping. Let's see if we can get a move upwards here. Just a scalp. Thoughts on PCSs? I would not take PCSs. There's way too much going on right now. If XLF decides to come down, PCSs are going to be tested. So me personally, I'm not playing any spreads today. It's just not worth it. I'd rather play long options or futures. All right, I'm going to mute for a second to open my window. It's hot in here. And I'm back. So XLF has got some green. That's what's holding it up. XLK has got some red. And SPY is holding S2, S3. Now a couple of greens. Come on, give me another 1,000. Let's go. Get up to S2. Sorry, I don't want to cheerlead. 45.01. There's 400. There's 500. Coming back down just a touch. Oh, come on. What's the Bookmap? A little bit of resistance at 45.05, so I may take it at 45.05. If we don't breach 45.05 here in the next few ticks, I'll close them out and take this profit. Quick scalp. Because we are not liking 45.05 here. Yep. All of tech got smoked. Now we're just waiting for XLF to make a decision. What's XLF going to do? XLF is rounding up just a little. Just a little. Possibly. That's why I want you all to pay attention to the financial sector here, because this is an iffy situation. That's why I don't want to get too greedy with this long position, because at any moment we could have a 4-inch red candle with this current news. So that's why I'm probably going to take some profits here in a second. The big thing was the rates. It was the rates. The 10-year spiked to 2.5, which is ridiculous. And then XLF finally sold off. Eventually, with the rate spiking like that, eventually the market's going to react. It hasn't been reacting, and then finally we did. All right, there is that. What's it doing? What's it doing? What do you want to do? Tech is red, SPY is green, and tech is kind of turning green a little bit. I don't know how much the Saudi attack played into this. I guess if the rebels are attacking Saudi, I don't think that's going to move the markets that much. It depends who's doing the attacking. If it's the Yemen rebels, that's not going to move the markets. All right, so the 45.05 is still on, and we're looking for a test of that. XLF is moving up on 3 green candles. I'm going to go ahead and take profits here. Dang it, I couldn't even get to 300. Top Wick City. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Yep. I'm out of my long position. And now it's going up. That's the way it works, isn't it? That's the way it works. I was scalping some long ES. But I see those top wicks. I don't like the way it's shaking. And so I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Served my purpose. The thesis was fulfilled. After that, it's just diamond handing. Oh, yeah. That's right, Frankster. That is not a coincidence. 3 minutes better than 1 minute. And now we go higher, jabroni. How many quantity do I open? Right now, I'm just playing three. I'm playing 3 ES at a time. For video, I'm only trading YouTube right now on video. And then in the Discord, I'm doing voice. Time for PCSs. I'm not playing any PCSs personally. I think there's too much data with the 10 years. Look at this. Look at this. Right when I close out. That's all right. I've had my fill. Uh, I think personally, with the 10 years the way it is, we could start going down. All that to say, I'm not personally touching spreads today. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze today. So I'm gonna just stick with options and stupid green candles that go right after I exit. That would have been a fantastic win, man. That would have been like, oh. All right, well, let's do it again. Coming up to 45.10. Let's look at a short. Doctor with a 45% account gain. I love it. Well done. Is it possible we could have low impact news trigger event the market tremors that we're waiting for, like a chain reaction? Potentially. Depends what it is. That would have been a fantastic win, dude. 30 seconds after I close. It's all right. See, I should have put in stops and just let it go. That's what happens when you trade manually. Put in stops and just let it go. Here's first test, 45.09. Ate up some of that. Let's go to 45. Let's see if we can go to 45.13, which will be just about the bottom of the range. We are still below the AM range. So we are still below the AM range. I agree with Asian Foul, yes. If you didn't close your CCS and they end up breached, you only have yourself to blame. The market is handing you a get out of jail free card. Right meow. Right meow. Let's see where they're putting liquidity, Alex. We've got way up 45.40, a little bit in between where it was, and then right now there's a level at 45.13. Man, that would have been a beautiful play right there. Close it early. I'm doing both, Rafe. Sorry if I butchered your name. Rafe? Rafe? Is it Rafe? What's up, Miguel? How you doing? I know you had a rough day yesterday. You're doing okay? Ah. So we've got one of those Nest programmable thermostats for your HVAC unit, and they've got this new feature where you can kind of like simulate areas around the world. So if you want to be like, hey, you want to be in San Diego or Napa Valley, you could set it at a cool 68, or you want to set it like an iceberg setting. My wife likes to keep it on the sun setting, for I feel like I'm melting my face off every day. I had to go turn it off. All right, so we are rejecting 45.10. 45. Oh man, I should have took that short. Didn't quite get there. We got what, 45.08. You're funny, Chris. Funny. That's true. That's true. That's true. I'll tell you what, man. There is nothing hotter than that San Antonio sun. Try being in dress blues with some shiny black shoes on asphalt in the middle of the August Texas sun. Oof. All right, so we got a red off of that level. What's XLF doing? My shoes were literally stuck to the pavement. They melted to the pavement. 39.38. That's just the way they are. I don't have a good answer for that, Shivan, but that's just the way it is. I bet, RPO. I bet. That's crazy. Standing at attention for 45 minutes in the sun, you can't move. Sweat's dripping down. Like when you're bald, the sweat drips down your face onto your nose, and it itches like crazy, and you can't scratch it because you're at attention. Otherwise, the Shark Tank will hit you. 459, 449.56. We've got Bookmap. Man, that level strengthened. Pilots have to do formation. That wasn't pilots back then. That was when I was in basic training, before I was commissioned. When I was just a little old E1 or E3. I actually went to E3 because I already had a degree. But prior enlisted. Your tier 1 is for beginners. What's intermediate for tier 2? How does it go? Well, hold on a second. I don't want to talk yet because I think there's a move yet. Come back to me. I'll come back to your question, I promise. But I want to see if I can catch a move here. Isn't it great? All right, so it looks like that red's holding just now. We're kind of chopping in between S2, S3, just below the AM range, just under this 45.10. They're putting on some liquidity here. Let's see how far it's going to go or fall. All right. Can you briefly explain the JPM collar? Yeah, I'll do it a very elementary crayon way, because that's the way I like to keep things. So every quarter, JP Morgan, the biggest financial industry in the world. Hold on a second. I'm going to shut up again. More red candles. Or one of the biggest, if not the biggest. Bookmap is saying, I want to put on some music, but I can't because YouTube will hit me with a copyright infringement. By the way, new podcast was released. I am on Spotify. If you like listen to podcasts, come check out the Making Millionaires Podcast on Spotify. I'm like a squirrel, man. I got thoughts all over the place. All right, so every quarter, JP Morgan puts on a hedge trade. 45,000 contracts, 3 different times. So it's 3 different legs. And the contract that we're looking at here is that 45.10 strike, which is why we gravitated right towards it. Was there a decision on the conference date for Vegas? No, but I think after this month we will officially be in planning mode for the OM conference, pending we don't have a flood of cancellations going into April. I have a feeling we'll lose some of the $5 people, but either way, I think we'll go ahead and cancel it. Does IBKR have a mobile app? Yes, they do. It's great. Do I think we're going to retest highs again? We could. I would say it all depends on XLF. There's still liquidity up there at 45.50. I'm not going to say no, but I would say more unlikely now that we've got this data with XLF. It all depends on that. If we can start buying up and kind of offload the TNX, or if TNX starts coming off, which it has a little, then maybe. I'm not going to pretend to guess. I don't like predictions. I think people on Twitter that like to predict, most of the time they're full of crap. So I like to be analytical, not necessarily predictions. Nope, I haven't done anything official about the conference yet. We've just been talking about it and waiting to go official. So I'll probably looking somewhere early fall if I had to guess. Yeah, I don't use SPY and Bookmap at all because there's so much liquidity and spoofing that it's not good. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Biden has another press briefing? Man, that guy went from not one single press conference in a year to every day. He's just like, hey, can I have a press conference? You got any more of them press conferences? Biden bounce, baby. If y'all are holding CCSs, I have no sympathy for you if you get breached going into the afternoon. I'm just saying. A little tough love. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if I answered this question. IBCard does have a mobile app. It's actually pretty great. I didn't expect it. How can they have a great mobile app, but their interface on but their interface on the desktop looks like it was created by the dude that did Oregon Trail. Every time I log in, I feel like I'm dying of dysentery. Do I think it's going to continue downward? I don't know. It all depends on XLF and the rates. Nice, veteran. I held it. You held it longer than me. Do you always ford the river, or you try to cross it? ford the river. Yeah, I love it. Oof, oof. Shots fired, Kunai. Shots fired. It's like the user interface because it's made in Java. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I've seen that word before, but I just don't know what it means. Hey, my wife's an awesome cook, but she's a Southern cook. I'm a everything else. She handles Southern. I handle everything else. All right, so now we're holding S1, looking for the next play. Bookmap right here. Man, we are pounding off that 45.10. Actually, most recent apps stopped using Java, and they now use Kotlin. Do you watch Star Wars or Star Trek? All right, now through S2. Do you scalp trades on options or short-term options plays? I do both. I do both. There you go. All right, so that area is gone. That 45.01 back down. What are we going to do? So, yeah, we're chopping down. You can scalp these up and downs, but I don't necessarily want to do that yet. I want to let the market tell me what the next move is. I made a couple of great plays. I'm up pretty good on the day. I don't want to fight necessarily chop. I will if it comes to it, but I want to see if we're going to break down here and come down, or are we going to go back up to the top. So I'm just trying to be a little patient here. Just because I'm doing well, it doesn't mean I want to start machine gun firing plays here. 45.10 did get a little thicker. Yep. Still relatively light compared to the other levels we saw early this morning, but your thoughts on SPX holding the 45.05 level? It ain't looking so good right now. It ain't looking so good. If XLF does this, here, I'll even make it red for you. If XLF does that, then I think SPS could touch like 49.60, 49.50, somewhere in there. VIX is popping. And then down to 44.90, and then down here to 44.80. So 44.80. I can't read that, BJ. I do both. I think a better way of that, instead of trying to predict, I like to just try to form if-and statements. I think that's a more constructive way to play the market. I know a lot of people is like, they want to stamp their approval because you make 10 predictions, one comes true, and then all of a sudden you think you're the golden child and you forget about the other 9. I think a good if-and statement is more constructive. If XLF does this, I think the market will do that. If it rejects this level, it could do this. I think that's a more accurate way, a more constructive way. Unless you take Facebook puts right before the largest single day decline in history, then, huge prediction. Jabroni. How about that, Iron Sheik? I bet he didn't take Facebook puts. All right. So what I'm going to do is come up to XLF, and I'm going to put another level, another alert right there, just in case we start breaching. Market awareness. If you're new, maintain market awareness. The best trade I ever made. You're very welcome, Atlas. Do I know how to code? I will tell you the extent of my knowledge of coding. When I was in college, my freshman year of college, I went to be an engineer. And I sat down my freshman year and I signed up for C++. It might even be C++, I don't remember. It turned out to be C- though. Because I got in that class and that dude started talking as if I was Johnny 5. And I was like, no input, no input. And then I went to the gym and I got swole. I'm a math brain. Don't get me wrong. I'm a math brain. When he starts talking about limits and slashes and plus plus, and I was like, all right, I'm out. You'd have made a great engineer. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, alcohol was my focus. I made straight A's my freshman year, and I was a good boy. Never drank, never partied. I lived in my dorm studying. Uh, you know, did very well, and then sophomore year, I discovered at the University of Tennessee Knoxville, I discovered football and I discovered drinking, and it went downhill. So then I switched to accounting, and here I am. Not a drinker. I wasn't even a drinker. Like it was a 1 year thing. I wanted to party and get it out of my system because I'd never done anything bad, the whole bad boy thing. And then, yeah. If you ever want to learn, the guy who invented Python has a py4e website that teaches Python for non-techies. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that. All right, so ES is pegged at 4,500. We've got all the liquidity is gone here that we kind of put on. We still have a little bit at 45.10 and 15, which kind of has now diminished, which may be a better sign for upwards mobility. How much orange do you still have in your home as a result of being a vol? Not that much, and I've got my degrees and all that stuff. I've been so busy with everything the past 5-6 years that I can't tell you the last time I've watched a sporting event. And then, of course, once Lane Kiffin kind of screwed over, what was it? Who's the dude that took over? Eric Ainge? Who's the dude that took over for Philip Fulmer? After Fulmer left, man, it's been just downhill from there. Awful. Were you a military pilot? Still am. Still am, Profits Reaper. 10-year USAF vet here. I can't say what I flew or what I fly, but I'm still a pilot. Yep. Wait, I'm a pilot? I am a pilot, John. Well, yes. So now we're chopping between S2 and S3. No additional plays. We have 27 minutes until the UK market closes. 27 minutes. Kiffin. Was it Kiffin? I thought it was somebody else. All right, so Kiffin. Why do UAV pilots wear flight suits? You'll have to ask them. I am indeed. RC-135 is a beautiful aircraft. It's a beautiful aircraft. Do I still play golf? I play dad golf, which means I get to play about once a year. And when I do, I'm not as good as I used to be. How many flight hours? I'm pushing about 1,400 now. I'll have to look at my record, my flight records right now, but that's military, not civilian. All right, so we're back to flat. We're trying to make a move. Have I ever flown a helicopter? No, never even been in one. Thinking about building an ultralight. Any advice? Yeah, build it good. All right, so hey, you see this level? They kind of trimmed it a little bit. Put it back on. Are we going to reject that again? I don't know anything about ultralights personally. I'm looking to buy. I'm looking to build a kit fox, but I want to build a tail dragger. Flying a military aircraft is different than a commercial airplane, but theoretically you could fly a commercial airplane. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, obviously, I wouldn't be proficient, but if you were to, like, if I was on a 737 Southwest jet, and for some reason both pilots decide to kick the bucket, I could fly that aircraft. I could land us. I would have to get on the horn with with the controllers and get a pilot on there to kind of walk me through a couple of different processes. But yeah, I mean, flying's flying. I could land it. And I'd be just fine. And any pilot worth his salt could do that, especially any military pilot. That's not just me. What's your thoughts on the Malaysian flight that went missing? Lizard people. Lizard people. No idea. No idea. I hope them and Amelia Earhart are having a good time. No idea. All right, 45.10. Are we going to reject again? If I had to guess, I mean, it seems like pilot induced, like that was intentional pilot, but I mean, that's complete guess. I have no idea. Um, I know, it's very, very weird situation. Stayed here for the content, stayed for the jokes. Came here for the content, stayed for the jokes. I've watched half of it, Mark. I've watched half of it. Do I prefer futures or zero T options for directional moves? I like playing both. I kind of like touching in and out. All right, 45.10 has been removed, and now they moved it up to 45.15. We've got 21 minutes until the UK market is closed. This is what they are doing now. This is Asia, so let's not look at them. They're closed right now. You've got Germany down here. You've got UK up here. 7478. Kind of doing this little check mark thing. 4,500, 4,550. Interesting. That's an interesting gex. Uh, yep, let's do a Bookmap update. I love Bookmap update, not a Big Mac update. Apparently, I'm hungry. Here is a close quarter combat view right here. I'll put it in Bookmap. And then let's do a big zoom out level. I hate that noise. I need to turn that noise off. What time frame am I using on SPY? Right now I'm on the 3 minute. In fact, that's a good reminder. Let's take a look at some longer time frame. Here's a 3. I'm going to go to the 5 next. Top wicks off on S2. I'm going to go to the 15. Wicking out right here. Bottom wick, bottom wick, bottom wick, bottom wick. And now going just a touch higher. Let's go to the 30. Little bottom wicks uptrend. And let's go to the 60. Right there. Big red, little green. Back to the 3. You are now back to our original schedule programming. Here's Tesla. Someone asked for Tesla. 1010, 220, 1014. Anybody remember those 1010, 220 commercials? 1000, 994. So there you go. Here, if anybody wants Tesla, I'll post it in the general chat. How about that? $45.13 just got pretty big. If we can get to 45.14, I might scalp a short. What's funny is that the next time I'm going to be watching like the Weather Channel with my family, I'm going to see like a weather map come up and be like, oh man, there's a lot of liquidity over, coming from the west. My wife's going to give me that look, stank eye look. It's like, shut up. Rain liquidity, get it? Hey. How you doing? How do I get a refund? Oh, man. All right, 45.13. Do you know why dad jokes are so prominent and so funny? Because it takes a lot of creativity to come up with jokes that aren't vulgar or dirty. Because you got to say them around kids. I know I'm playing fast and loose with the word funny there, but... All right, so we're coming up 45.14. I'm going to look at take a short off of it if we can get there. Can't get there just yet. We're kind of just trickling her up here, 45.11. Yeah, I can do another one. XLF, what are they doing? I haven't heard a notification come from XLF yet. Still, they're still climbing. So maybe this is it. I know we keep talking about popping. Oh my gosh, trader. I know we keep talking about climbing or falling, but we may, maybe we'll pin here. The Gex does have a node posted 4,500, so maybe this is where we hang out. Anyway, I'm going to be on for another 15, and then I'm going to go get me some lunch. Go get me some lunch. UK is starting to upturn. Looks like updog, though. I tried to get y'all. Sorry. Do you have a video where you go over your favorite correlations? I guess yes and no. I do have a lot of. I got a lot of videos that kind of explain everything. I do need to do a couple of update videos, especially considering my 91% video has 300,000 views and half of it is obsolete. But 44986 off of the bottom of the range. I'm a little bit delusional right now, I will say. I'm running on about 18 hours of sleep total this week, trying to fight the stress of catching trends and trading. By the way, April 6th, what day is that? April 6th is, nope, that's not right. That's March. April 6th is a Wednesday. I'm having my next dental procedure, so I'll be high as a kite. Do not take any trades from OM on Wednesday, April 6th. Do I think SPY will fall? I think SPY more of is we're going to pin here. The more and more we come around, we're probably going to pin in a 10 to 20 point range. I'm using ES, Sean. ES. See that 45.14? Which is just about, that's not right. Let's come right there. Turn that on. Which is just at VWAP. So interesting. This level right here is just under VWAP. VWAP is just a touch above it. Oh my gosh. My wife and I had a huge argument as whose turn it was to do laundry. Eventually, I folded. All right, so we got 45.14. Not quite there. That wasn't mine. I just saw it on Twitter. That's why I didn't give the little laugh. All right, so 45.12. Man, come on, make a move. It's just got a pinned right here. Yeah, buddy. I remember watching that movie way back in the day. Great, great documentary. Dude was a beast. All right. Little upwards movement. We should have a movement here in the next few minutes. The Fed has put a lot of resources into understanding digital currencies and the blockchain. I wish I could say the same about the majority of crypto investors. And we just can't get there. Just can't get there. Almost got there. All right. Because it is almost Euro close, I kind of want to take a monitor here. What I'm going to do is change this to SPY. Here, I'm going to change this to the VIX, just temporarily. So VIX is on the bottom. I'll turn the watermarks on, and I'm going to bring this up. So now I'm monitoring ES. I've got SPY. I've got UK, SPY, and VIX, just until the UK market closes. This is how we're going to monitor. If you're new and you've never monitored the markets before, the European markets is good to do right at 11:30, 12:30 Eastern. I'm up pretty good, Mark. I'm up pretty good. If you come back in April, I'll start sharing all that stuff once I get it approved. But right now, I don't discuss the dollar amounts. I will per trade. Sometimes I'll throw out some dollar amounts, but just in case any of you are Al Qaeda, which is apparently a concern. So UK is at top. This is UK up here. SPY's got some red. Man, that would have been a great play right there. Great play. XLF is still holding firm. I'm looking for a short here, Gandalf, but I'm double checking. I was trying to short at 45.14, but I couldn't get a fill. Couldn't get a fill. And now we're just kind of trickling on down. UK is coming on down. 6 minutes until they close. You should be okay with 44.35s. Hold my beer. I would think you're okay with 44.35s. The VIX is pretty low, so in order to get down there, we would need an aggressive move. All right, so UK is flipping green. And here comes up ES to 45.14. Big upwards move. Big upwards move. That 45 right there, that 45.14 is playing true. That's all right. Start at MES and then go to ES. It's all right. Man, big sell right there, 45.06. Downturn. All right, so we on the ES 3 minute, we've got the 8 and 21 that are kind of pinched together. We're bouncing off the bottom of the AM. There's a high volume node on the 3 minute POC, rejecting this 45.14, and we're just kind of hanging out. So ES is trying to figure out what they want to do. 3 minutes. I would look for the move post market. They close, and you'll see the resistance release one way or the other on ES. No, they don't. ES coming back up, testing the 45.13. Man, look at UK. It's going. It's going. Yeah, one sec. We're right at a critical moment, so I don't want to change just yet, Superfly. So, little red action, 45.09, rejecting this level again. 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly a fifth time. UK is flying, though. 45.10 here, pinned up. All right, one sec. We're at a pivotal moment here, so. Yeah, it keeps popping and then wicking out. It keeps popping and wicking out every time. So, but the volume's starting to come in here, so let's see if it releases. There's 45.11, there's 45.12. All right, UK market closed. What's it going to do? I still have my notifications set on XLF. Actually, I'm going to move it up a little bit. Can I move that up? Yeah, I can. I'm going to move that up just a touch. Right there. Save. Big ol' red candle. Man, look at that. Big red candle on the UK. Booyah. But it's not moving us. We're just kind of hanging out right here under this liquidity. Global plus for me. At what point do you think that someone should decide that trading isn't just for them and decide to buy and hold? Man, that's a fine line, dude. It all depends on who you are as a person. I'm all about resilience and trying again and re-upping and stuff like that, but it depends. If you have a gambling mindset and you just can't get yourself out of gambling, then yeah, you need to just hang it up. I mean, not everything is for everybody, but it all depends on who you are as a person. You got to be honest with yourself. All right, so the market looks like it wants to pin right here, 45.09, 45.10, not just moving. So the UK is wick city, wick up, wick down. All right. Bookmap does make a huge difference. Huge difference. It's unbelievable how great it is. So, all right, y'all. Well, I'm going to use this little downtime to get some lunch. Mrs. OM just put some food in front of me. So I'm going to do that. What was that? And we got 45.07 coming on down. So I'm still going to be here at the computer. If a move starts to be made, I will go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the stages open. I'm going to mute. I think Vet is catching some Z's to make up for last night. But if he does come on, he'll probably start streaming for Tier 4. So, yeah, if you need anything, let me know. Ping me. If a big move is being made, I'll just hop back on. I know yesterday, the second I went for lunch, the market moved. So just be ready. Thanks for hanging out with us on YouTube. I am going to add the YouTube channel. So I will see you all bright and early on Monday. And then we'll be talking in the Discord for the rest of the day. So thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you learned a little something. Hit me up with any questions you got. And then I'll see you back on Monday. Y'all take it easy. I'm out.